Contexto is a popular game that challenges you to guess a hidden word using different clues. But what if we can build a brand new version of this game in just an hour, using nothing but AI? In today's video, we're going to be using something called YouWare, which is a full vibe coding community. As always, I'll have links in the description below, but you can see there's like community spotlights, and we can actually go through and try any of the different apps that people in the community have made. So we can see our reference photo, we can see AI Debug, and we can actually put a crime, so not subscribing to this channel, and we can actually generate a mugshot based off all of that. And this entire app that you see was completely vibe coded on YouWare. You can see the output here, and it kind of looks like Debug. It has the double-sided face color, and it says caught not subscribing to this channel. YouWare is actually pretty cool because as you scroll down, you can actually see different projects that people are working on. So we can see like all trending projects, or maybe we want to see the AI app specific projects or different games that people have made. So for example, we have Piano Bar, which is an AI powered interactive piano. So we can actually request a song, or we can just select one of these presets at the bottom. So say we wanted like Happy Birthday, and it will generate a song on the piano. And that'll tell us what buttons to press to play Happy Birthday. Or we can hit the play button. There's also this app called Lyria, which is an AI prompt optimizer. So I'm actually going to tell it what I want my game to look like, what I want it to be. And you can see here, it has created a full optimized prompt for us. And we could just copy this now, come to YouWare. On the left side, we're going to go to create, and we can tell it exactly what we want to create. We're just going to literally pop in the prompt that we are just given. There's also this here, so it has MCP tools, and we can hit the plus and you can actually see them all. So we can actually connect Figma or Notion or GitHub or Supabase or YouTube. There's all sorts of different stuff you can connect it to. We also have the option of just uploading HTML and JavaScript, or we can just paste in code. And there's also a IDE plugin for VS Code, which we're going to get to later on in this video, but let's just for now use the exact prompt that we were just given on YouWare. So we're using an AI app on YouWare to optimize a prompt to paste it into YouWare to create an AI app that YouWare creates. It's a lot of AI. If you want to stay up to date with the latest vibe coding tools and everything AI, don't forget to subscribe. I cover AI on a daily basis. So I'm just going to move myself over. On the right here, you can see the chat, so we can see exactly what's going on. We can see my prompt. We can see, hey, it says, okay, we need this AI app MCP tool, and it's going to create a to-do list. So we can actually see the to-do list here. It's figuring out the order it wants to do stuff, and then it's saying, okay, we're going to create a word comparison game, and it's going through the to-do list. So it's editing all the different files and stuff. On the left side, we can actually see mobile and desktop. We can also open the console, and that's pretty much it. It's very simple. It's very user-friendly. While we're waiting for it to generate, in the top right, there's this here. We can hit settings, and now we can give it a name and a cover. Remember how in the beginning of this video, I said that this is a vibe coding community? Well, it truly is. On the settings of our word guesser game, we can actually select if we want anyone with the link to be able to use it, or if there's a passcode, and we can also allow others to build on top of our game. So if we come back to the AI piano, we can actually click here and we can build on top, so we can actually start vibe coding on top of a game that was vibe coded using the same menu system. So this is our first build, and it obviously shows us the target word, which it shouldn't, but let's just test it out. So it is going to analyze, and it's going to say, hey, how close are we, hopefully? And we can say, okay, it's 25. It's a distant relationship found, and it says, hey, it's low but non-existent. And we can kind of keep going. So let's try another word, maybe food, and we'll see what it comes up with now. Maybe together. And I think the prompt needs a little bit of work. We need to hide the word. And, oh, okay, so it's going up higher. Great, it's close. All right, let's try the exact word now. and it says you tried the exact word. So let's come back on the right and let's fix this up. So we can actually see the scoring guide that it said, hey, excellent, very similar meaning, close, and this is how our game works. So basically I told it we don't want to actually show the word that we're targeting, so get rid of that. Also, don't have a new word button, and instead of analyze similarity, we want it to be guessed word and keep history of all the words that the users guessed, ranking them from closest to least close. And also, I don't want 0 to 100, I want like a larger range of words. So we're going to see what happens here. It's going to modify the game, and it's going to update our game based off what we want. While this is working, I want to show you the console. So we can actually click open console, and now you can actually see all the different stuff. So if you ever have an error, you can actually just quickly click add to chat, and it will add it to the chat. So you can actually say, hey, there's this error, help me fix it. All right, so we are on to version 2. So let's just start with the same word here, see if that's what it actually is. And we can actually see, oh, we found the word. Here is the functional version of our game. So we can type in harmony, which is the word it seemed to like while we were testing this out. And I'm going to try a couple of different ones, but we can try that. We can try together. We're going to guess the word. You can see the history. So 15 versus 65. Let's just try A, or just something completely different. It's going to analyze our letter in this case, and it's 5. So you can actually see like a nice little history here. So let's try car, and these are just words we're trying randomly. It works. Here's our little game. It keeps track of games played, average score. This is our first game, obviously. Average score, best score is 65, and it keeps track of our word guessing game. So it works exactly the way I wanted it to work. What is really cool is we can actually go to history, and we can actually jump back and forth in between different versions of this game, and we can go to publish, and let's just actually publish this out now. We're going to take a screenshot, and we're going to upload the actual screenshot of our game now because we want it to actually stand out. We want people to play this on the vibe coding community. Now, under my projects, we actually have the word guesser, which is the game I created. As I mentioned earlier, there is also a plugin. So we can click get the VS Code plugin. It's going to open in Visual Studio Code. It's going to open up YouWare on VS Code. We can hit install, and we can trust and install. We can click sign in at the bottom, and now we are signed in. The extension is basically to publish projects. So you can click this publish project button, and it's going to give you a link where your published project goes live. You can actually see my projects here. So if you opened up the word guesser game and you used it in GitHub, for example, and you have it on VS Code and you're vibe coding, you can actually vibe code your project and one click publish it to YouWare, which is a whole platform for vibe coders. Now let's go on the Franklin A website. We're going to go down to explore more AI. We're going to go to AI code test, and we're going to pick one of these to let it try to code it. So let's try the hardest one, which seems to be GTA. We can hit copy. We're going to come back, and we're going to give it the prompt. So it has one shot to create this prompt, no modification, no editing. And if you guys are unaware, here's the prompt. You can actually go through, you can see code for all the different ones I've tried over time, just kind of keeping track of single shot prompts. And we can also go to preview, and we can actually like see the preview for different ones. So Grok 4 was broken, but here is Minimax, and you can actually go through and you can play all my versions of GTA using the same single shot prompt. So let's come back here, and it has a to-do list. It's building everything it needs to make this game, and we're going to see what it comes up with on one single shot. Let's see what it does. Let's see how it creates it. So our Grand Theft Auto game is done, and we can click in. We can see, wow, okay. So listen, it looks really good in comparison to the others. If you go on the website, you can actually see it looks amazing. It feels very much like a city. The windows are obviously off, and it looks like I have been drinking. So it's a little bit wobbly. We can jump. I don't see any cars. Doesn't really work. Oh, wait, there's a car. Okay, let's go get the car. Okay, so I'm in the car, but the car doesn't really work. All right, let's jump out of the car. So this is our GTA inspired game. Can we jump off the edge of the map? This is actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. In comparison to some of the other generations, and again, I know it doesn't look great, especially considering I'm like looking weird right now, but it I'm just like tilting my head trying to figure out what's happening. It functions and works pretty well in comparison to some of the others. The only downside to this is I would need to connect this to GitHub in order to get the code in order to be able to put this on the Franklin A website. If you go to publish and you don't actually upload an image like I did earlier, it will automatically take a screenshot for you, so that's pretty cool. So we're going to give it our project title, our project link, and we are allowing other people to take our game and build on top of it if they choose. An important question is cost. So I have used about 300 credits to do everything you just saw, and you get 500 credits just for signing up for a free account. We also have this here, which is a pro membership. So it's like 3,000 credits for $20 for the month, or it scales upwards depending on how much you want. So if you want 15,000 credits, it's $100 for the month. You can actually see a history of your credit usage. So we can see our GTA game took 32 credits. Our word guesser one, which we went back and forth to optimize to get our word guesser good, took 237 credits. So like 250 credits, you can actually build a functional AI application. I guess if you didn't notice, it also uses AI credits when you're using other people's apps, when you're exploring, when you're using the Explore tab in the community. And the Explore tab in the community is really cool because it gives you ideas. There's just so much you can look around, explore, do. It's like an infinite amount of applications and vibe coding tools and apps and games that people have created. Actually, I just saw this one. It's Temple Runner 3D, so I just kind of wanted to try it. So let's see. Back and forth we go. Wow, that's hard. Can I? Oh, I can jump. Okay. It is Temple Runner. And you'll see, because that one didn't actually use AI, we didn't use any credits. So it's only the apps and stuff in the Explore page that uses AI to generate stuff. That's when you're going to use your credits. All in all, I think YouWare is really cool. It's like really simple to use. So it's like vibe coding, but made really user friendly. And the output is really good. Claude Sonnet didn't load at all. We have Perplexity Labs, which was really good. It has like a full 3D city. It takes a second to load, but it was well. And then we have Gemini Diffusion, which didn't work at all. And then here you go, Minimax, which was probably the best out of all of them. But here's Gemini 2.5 Pro, but YouWare is really in line with Gemini and Claude and Minimax, which Minimax is a full agent, but it works really well in comparison. And the fact that you can just kind of go back and forth and vibe code with a very easy to use platform is pretty useful. Let me know what your thoughts are about this one in the comments below. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like the video. Subscribe if you enjoy AI content. I cover AI on a daily basis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with another AI video.
AI tools, AI news, AI prompts you can use. It's all for free, just come and see at FranklinA.com, where you're meant to be.